Our voting rights are at risk. Welcome to KDW, Khan's Digital World on Fox 5 Plus, Washington, D.C. I'm Badrul Khan in Washington, D.C. and Jasmine Ahmed, my co-host in New York. We are going to continue our series on how our lives intersect with the digital world. Thank you, Jasmine Ahmed, for joining us to be part of this important discussion.
Thank you, Dr. Khan. Clearly, we have been living in unprecedented times since COVID-19 hit us earlier this year. If anything, we can say the pandemic has been forcing us to embrace digital technologies at a faster rate and truly adopt it as the fourth dimension and bring some level of normalcy in our lives. With the upcoming elections, we wanted to take a few minutes to explore this very topic and the role of digital technology.
Until we truly bring the virus under control, the safest way to prevent the spread of the virus requires us to stay home and limit public gatherings. So how should we vote in pandemic? The simple answer, vote from home. However, is voting from home effective? Historically, we have always struggled to get a vast majority of the population to vote and get their vote counted.
Unfortunately, this is an accurate statement with or without a pandemic due to a number of contributing factors. But the good news is more and more Americans have started voting from home the past 3 decades. Furthermore, more and more states have started innovating the voting process, making voting from home easier. In response to COVID, the states have started taking steps ranging from extending the deadline from voting from home to simplifying the eligibility requirements to issuing automatic mail-in ballot applications. Some states, such as Colorado, have been taking the lead in being more progressive in driving universal vote by mail. In these states, you don't need to request an absentee ballot. An actual ballot is being mailed to each and every registered voter.
While it is promising to see some states take steps to respond to the pandemic and expand use of voting from home, it is concerning on many fronts, and I question its effectiveness. The entire voting from home process can be summarized in 3 simple steps. 1, register to vote. 2, request for an absentee ballot. 3, cast your vote. Furthermore, there is a wide range of protocols the states practice for executing these 3 steps with varying rigor and deadlines. And now, during the pandemic and election year, the states are making changes real time.
It would be fair to say, despite more and more states looking to make voting from home a viable option for Americans, as a country, the end-user experience is far from optimal. We already know education and income gaps have an adverse impact on voter participation. I would suspect vote by mail in the current environment will further exacerbate our challenges with voter participation.
Can I add another challenge many states are encountering with the current vote from home process? Validating the votes and counting them is far from being a seamless and effective process. Based on experience from the past years, it is not uncommon for vote by mail submissions to not get counted due to challenges around validating them. Clearly, pandemic is shining a light on our outdated election infrastructure.
As we look forward, I do question why we are not truly disrupting the voting infrastructure in our country. We have made significant investments in digital technology where we can trust it to engage in financial transactions every day. It is time for us to take a fundamental look at our election infrastructure and explore how we can truly revolutionize the way we cast our vote and move the widely known three-step process to a one-step process where all eligible voters can cast their votes electronically. The current times can serve as a catalyst to revisit the traditional rules and processes surrounding our election infrastructure and explore how digital technology can truly be leveraged to make the voting process a much more seamless one. And what should that look like? The art of possibility. 1, eliminate the need to require formal, separate voter registration actions for citizens. B, eliminate the need to formally request the right to vote digitally versus in person. C, make it a norm to cast a vote digitally. And D, leverage digital technology to validate and count the votes. If we can move towards innovating the voting process closer to these norms, what we know as traditional voting protocols can become the exception to the norm.
This new way of thinking would be a great way to reimagine the future of voting and help us truly embrace digital technology in our daily lives. But as we explore innovative ways to simplify the voting process, let's not forget to ensure we make adequate investment to close the gaps in voter participation. Thank you once again for joining us on this special topic, and we look forward to continue our discussion on this topic in the near future. Thanks again for watching GTV's KDW show on Fox 5 Plus Washington DC. See you with another episode of KDW. Thank you.